My name is Big Mike Zlotnik, and welcome to Tempo Family. We're all about helping you find great, predictable, reliable, conservative investments in commercial real estate. If this sounds like the kind of a journey you'd like to take, join our community by subscribing. Let's do this together. Today we turn to the great Charlie Munger, philosopher-strategist who stood beside Warren Buffett for more than 60 years. But while Buffett is known for brilliance, Munger is celebrated for something rather rare, the discipline of avoiding stupidity. His philosophy: outsmart the competition not by flashy brilliance, but by quietly refusing to do dumb things. It's a mindset that fits perfectly with the way great chess masters think, and successful real estate investors think as well. Grandmasters don't win every game with genius combinations. They win by avoiding blunders, protecting their position, and capitalizing on others' mistakes. Munger often quoted the German mathematician Carl Jacobi. Invert, always invert. Instead of asking, how do I succeed? Ask, how could I fail? By mapping out the paths of destruction, you learn what to avoid. In chess, masters analyze not only winning moves, but the losing ones, every variation, to remove traps from their plan. In investing, that means asking what could ruin the deal. Is it leveraged risk, poor tenants, rising interest rates, liquidity pressures, or location weakness? By systematically inverting every assumption, you can strengthen your defense before you attack. Inversion doesn't guarantee brilliance, but it prevents disaster. And that's where long-term success really compounds. Munger once quipped, "All I want to know is where I'm going to die, so I never go there." It sounds humorous, but it captures one of the deepest truths: avoid self-inflicting wounds. In markets, one catastrophic loss can erase a decade of progress. That's why Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett built Berkshire Hathaway not on the heroic traits, but on avoiding ruin. This philosophy mirrors chess at the elite level. Grandmasters rarely go through risky sacrifices early. They prefer solid openings, strong pawn structures, and positional safety. They understand that a single blunder, a miscalculated tactical move, can reverse hours of good play. Likewise, a single bad real estate deal, too much debt, unrealistic projections can wipe out an investor's foundation. Munger talked about developing a latticework of mental models, a network of multidisciplinary principles from physics, psychology, mathematics, and economics. Each becomes a lens to clarify decisions. Chess masters do something similar. They internalize hundreds of strategic patterns, pawn structures, endgame motives, positional imbalances. Pattern you recognize, the clearer the right move becomes. For real estate investors, mental models might include supply and demand cycles, interest rates trends, behavior biases, and compounding. Where you overlay these models, you stop operating from impulse and start reasoning from reality. Munger compared it to assembling a Swiss Army knife for your decision-making. You need multiple tools, not just one favorite blade. Munger's mantra was sit on your ass investing, meaning wait for high probability moves and let your good decisions compound. Like a chess master is in a quiet middle game, he believes the hardest skill is patience, resisting the urge to move too soon. Overtrading or overbuilding destroys more wealth than inactivity ever does. In commercial real estate, this means holding liquidity, studying the cycle, and waiting until high-quality assets trade below intrinsic value. Patience is a competitive advantage. The investor willing to wait out fear, to play for long-term structure instead of short-term excitement, wins the endgame. Applying Munger's principles to today's commercial real estate market. Start with inversion. What could go wrong? Stress test every deal for rising interest rates, tenant loss, rethinking risk, or management weakness. Then build your mental models, lattice. Combine market analysis, behavioral awareness, and conservative underwriting. Finally, embrace patience. When others rush to deploy capital, stay rational and wait for asymmetric opportunities. Just as a grandmaster knows when to exchange pieces and when to preserve tension, a disciplined investor knows when to act and when to hold. The goal isn't constant motion. It's optimal timing grounded in logic, not emotion. Charlie Munger taught that intelligence compounds only when protected from stupidity. His greatness didn't come from genius. It came from subtraction, from playing fewer bad moves than everyone else. Chess masters call it error minimization. Real estate masters call it capital preservation. Either way, the rule is the same. Avoid the blunders, stay patient, and let time do the heavy lifting. So as you face your next investment decision, Charlie Munger's wisdom: invert the problem, stay rational, and remember, you can't always be brilliant, but you can always avoid being stupid. That's how both chess masters and great investors win the only game that matters, the long one.